Alright guys, so I'm gonna restart my YouTube video with a little higher quality probably camera and it happens to be on my phone. But so yeah, I'm just doing a feeding right now. This is my female, one of my female orchid mantids. She's obviously in pre-molt. You can see by these wing buds here, they're very prominent and getting swollen, and she probably was near molt but needed a little extra food or energy to help get her going. So excuse the my cups right here, but no worries. I'm just trying to start make my own YouTube videos for my channel, sgv.mantis on YouTube. Only a couple there now, but I will definitely be adding more as the year goes by. So I'm just still adjusting, people, so bear with me. Just want to make sure I get the whole Okay, and we're readjusted. So yeah, gonna be doing a lot more intro videos of my animals and what I have available, my breeding processes, everything. This female's in definite heavy pre-molt. If you notice, if I can get a little closer on her, she's not liking the camera lenses probably. You see inside the actual wing bud is like a very thick or milky coloration, and that's the small wings. Her wing casing actually growing under the old wing casings, and they're kind of crumpled or like tight in there, and when they molt they unfurl them. It's pretty crazy. Let's see if she's hungry and needs a meal before molting. She's very on it right now. She is watching me with all intent of attacking, possibly, or running. And a nice red runner here. Gonna just focus in a little bit, give it a little more. Again, just learning videography. Yep. Let me readjust this guy. Sometimes they'll go after the tongs, and that can hurt their raptors. And again, I flutter these in front of them sometimes to make it look like it's a injured or flying prey. And most of the time, if they're not... Oop, gotcha. Don't want red runners getting out. That's one big thing. Red runners are an invasive species of roach. They are the Blatta lateralis, and what we know here are the Blatta orientalis, or the oriental roach, or the water bug. They get a lot bigger than these, and you can see she's batting away. She is definitely not hungry. She's tasting but not interested. See, randomly she'll grab with her mandibles and taste. Yeah, not hungry. She's ready to molt soon, very soon. So what I'm going to do is give her enclosure a nice spray. To create relative humidity in the cup. And then give her the lightest of sprays, just as a natural soaking, if you will. It'll help her exoskeleton retain a lot more moisture physically, and then the air around her, the ambient air, will be also heavily humidified and then she should probably molt out very well in the next probably a couple days, I would say. Another small, it's an Indonesian orchid. These females and males get a lot smaller than the Malaysian species or family. They basically are kind of the giants of the orchid families, and the Indonesians are kind of the runts or the mini orchids. Boom. Yep, got it. She's holding it up like a trophy. And that was my mistake right there. I moved her before she could really get into her prey. That was my bad. Most of the time I give them a minute. I may have been overzealous to start eating, so they actually get a taste for the prey. Come on. There we go. What I also do is I blow a little air sometimes at them to make them feel like they're in a breeze and there's nothing menacing or gonna get them as I try to move them around. But they can be skittish just the same and want to drop their food. So at that point I'll either do a reverse. Sometimes I won't even click the cap closed because that little jarring effect can actually make them drop their food, so I'll click it up later. Plenty more orchids to come. Another little female here. And as you can see, these are the containers that I keep them separately in. My one rule of thumb is keep it simple, stupid. I would never say that to a customer, but the overcare is what can kill these mantids. Again, I have so many in here, it does look a little thin, but I have them on a schedule to where I don't overfeed them too fast or underfeed them. And they live perfectly fine. But we obviously need to balance the actual humidity with extra sprays or, cocoa coir fiber at the bottom sometimes, depending on where you're at. Air conditioning in the home can be a big factor, so yeah. But simple. This will live, if I spray it directly, drinks well, eats well, it will keep molting in this cup. Obviously, you can give them a bigger enclosure, but sometimes that can throw off control of humidity and feeding. So you just got to balance, got to figure it out. What's good at your house. And I will give it the smallest of sprays, just a quick little boop. figuring out the balance of this little tripod I have right here. Okay, that's a good shot. Let's get her fed. Again, simplest way I control my red runners, deli cup, simplest. Incapacitate one if you can. Well, that's a little small. I give them a quick pinch, and usually stuns them or kills them, but keeps them moving. Their nervous system keeps twitching, which gives the mantis something to get attracted to, and bam. Very simple, effective, way of making sure your mantis eats a decent meal. See how she's watching me right now? She's making sure I'm not gonna come and take her food. Give her just a second, you'll start seeing her chew, and then I will move her. I will close the cage. There she goes. She's comfortable. And now what I'll do is slowly move towards her. Obviously you might see her get a little weird, but she's a little more comfortable now. She's eating. She knows I'm not trying to come at her and get it. So I just give her a flip. And close. And she's good. There's a smaller female. She's definitely about 2 molts maybe behind the other one I just showed. And that can also be, even if you have them in the same hatch, each individual is just that. It's an individual, and doesn't seem like it's hungry. There we go. She grabbed a leg accidentally and ripped it off. There we go. A little more. There we go. Yep, she's weary. What I do right now is I blow a little air at them, like a breeze, to get them comfortable, feeling like it's just natural. That me moving around is natural. If you see my shadow, she's not too scared. She's not looking at me. You want to almost have your mantis kind of hand tamed like that, where it knows that you're not a threat. And they are very intuitive. They understand after so long that you're not going to hurt them. Alright guys, I'm just going to feed these ones real quick and bring out another species. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. So right here I have my subadult jewel flower mantis from Asia. I have a couple here. A few more adults on the other side. But these ones are very voracious. They will attack almost anything you put in them or at them, in front of them, whatever it may be. Usually don't have to persuade much with these guys. They just go at it. Yeah, easy, simple. And again, keeping these in these cups, minimal, or you can go a little more extravagant, like I said before, with vivariums, or you can do live plants, or depending on what you got available to you. But you need ventilation. Ventilation is key. Their small respiratory systems need to filter even the freshest of air. So yeah, that definitely will be the factors. Even though there are only a few here on the sides and stuff, I don't overspray with extra moisture to keep them wet and, you know, all the time. So the little bit of droplets that they get and the moisture they get from their food, usually sustainable. Just like us, we can't live in rain. We can deal with rain. We can deal with the wet of the moisture of the rain, but can't always stay and live in it. So here's an adult female jewel flower mantis. Here we go, little focus. They're also known as the happy face mantis, lemon head, if you notice that little face right there on the wing. Easy beginner species, very easy to feed. Kind of easy to breed. Sometimes the females can be aggressive and then just go at the males and have hunger aggression more than anything. Again, Creobroter are very easy to feed and maintain. I'll put this one up so the camera can see a better angle. Grab one of these guys here. We got. Can give you guys a little focus in. I'm gonna come from behind. Wham! So they plant their feet and they just grab with these very powerful raptorial forelimbs. Even for a small mantis, they'll make you squirm, like ouch, randomly, but it can happen. Put that there. Another adult female mantis. Very easy species to work with and learn without going too crazy exotic or spending a lot of money when you're a novice keeper or first time to the hobby. It can be an expensive loss if you're trying to keep an orchid or anything like that as your first pet. Then, you know, it's better than losing a snake though, or a dog or a cat. Come on. Yeah, sometimes they just do not want to work with you, and you gotta like kind of coerce them. Don't want to grab their toes, but you don't want to, don't want them to drop the food either. There we go. Bam, got it. Okay. All right. The lightest of sprays. Come here. Gotcha. See, very easy to feed, very easy to keep. I always recommend a jewel flower for a first-time keeper if possible. A few more orchids here I gotta fill in, but I want to give you guys a quick view of the Peruvian dragons that I also have. This is the mythical dragon mantis of Peru. Pretty much a very static, cool looking mantis. I mean, there aren't too many that literally look like a dragon. And not every form, but look at that tail, look at that abdomen. Really trying to look like a piece of fallen twig or leaf to hide from me, but I'm going to try and feed him. Feed it. I'm not too sure if it's a male or female right now. Usually they're pretty good eaters as well. Sometimes I just have to leave a feeder in the cage and they'll grab it, but yeah, this one's on the fence. Yeah. Probably put a feeder in this little enclosure. Light spray. Drop that little guy in there. It'll be attracted to it later, maybe. Let's try this other one. See if it. This looks to be male. I think I do have a male and a female left here. Alright, that one grabbed it pretty well. And this female orchid mantis I have here, she fell during her molt, and as a quick fix, I was able to get a binder clip and get a couple of her already molted legs attached, and she hung and perfectly molted to subadult. I would say that she's a subadult right here. Just save those. Magnets are my friend. Just throwing that out there. So yeah, she was able to release and has a beautiful white ivory and pink blush to her. Excuse me. The lightest of sprays. And need to bring some bigger roaches to the room. But she will probably grab that right now. Bam. one more again. Simple enclosures obviously or almost always create the best environment. Because one thing I have told to my customers when I see them at shows or even when I text, ouch, that was random. Huh, one of the little spikes in the molt just pricked me. That's cool. Yeah, what I tell the customers is they're California acclimated mantids now. These have been hatched here, bred here. They're not in their normal environment anymore. And sorry, I'm just doing hands and gestures, but yeah, they're basically, they are exotic. They are from exotic locales, but they're used to our temperatures, our elevation in North America in general. But that's why almost as simply as I keep these, that's how easy you can keep your own mantids. So hope this helps. This it's 27 minutes, but yeah, just trying out my YouTube videos, and give me a follow if you like. Share this video, and I will be back soon with more species and feeding and videos of the bug room. Take care.